Going on YouTube, man? It's your boy, XRyuChiOniX Gaming. I don't wrap it up for you, man. I don't sugar it for you. I'm gonna get this shit to you raw, man. In today's video, we're gonna be having a discussion about why exactly we do not have any new maps. And I think a good chunk of the community actually feels this way. I actually put a poll up on my channel, and we got quite a few votes. And going through these comments, and we're having these discussions as a community. That's why I like having these polls, so we can actually see where the community is as a whole. And based on the poll here, a lot of us want these new maps, and what I kind of made it more of a tougher decision where you have to give up something to give something, and it was a pretty substantial give up. Like, we're giving up reworks for an entire year just so we can catch up on maps. And I think that based on the results, we actually do want maps. So the question comes, why haven't we gotten these new maps? Is it an issue? Is it they're just ignoring us? Is it that they aren't hearing that we want new maps? You know, what exactly is it? Basically, to my knowledge, as of right now, the cut and clear dry answer is a lot of this comes back to a business move. And I think that even though we've been really pushing for we want new maps, it is also being drowned out by the fact that people want these reworks. Now, like I said, I gotta give it to you guys raw. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm gonna get that shit to you raw. Quite a few people have been saying they want these reworks. As soon as a rework comes out, everyone's first thing is to go into who's the next rework. There's videos and there's different discussions. You can look at Reddit. You can look at some of these comments under these videos. They're talking about who the next rework is going to be, who should be getting reworked. You see that more than anything right now. And I think this year we need to actually hold Ubisoft and hold ourselves accountable first into forcing these guys to give us a new map. We need to stop talking about reworks altogether. We need to start getting on these guys about the maps, because in actuality, what we're doing is we're giving these guys free marketing as far as what they want. You know what I'm saying? So they're not really having to market a lot for a rework because we're already asking for it based on these YouTubes and the comments and stuff like that. So if we're already giving them, you know, a good gist of what we're talking about, they're gonna give us what they think we want. But I think, like I said, going to this poll, obviously this isn't every single person in the community, but I think this stands pretty well that a good chunk of people are willing to give up a rework for an entire year just to give us enough maps to catch up. I think this year should be the year. I'm willing to give up all the skins. I will give up the reworks. I will give up all the balancing. I will give up balancing just to have some new maps. If that means I get 5 to 6 new maps spaced out this entire year, give me that. Give me that. And the main thing is, when I said it's a business standpoint, is they're not going to give us a new map, is because they feel like any other business, it's all about the money. They feel they're not going to capitalize and profit enough money off of the maps. So they're looking at the numbers, the statistics, right? Like I said, we are humans. We're not just numbers, okay? You have to understand that every single day things go on where people aren't playing for as long as they have, you know, usually because maybe they have somewhere to be, maybe some things pop up and they got to hop off the game. So when they're looking at their analytics as far as play time and this and this and who's on at what time and how long are people playing, how many new players have logged in and started new accounts, they're looking at those specific numbers, and they're not actually looking at, oh yeah, the fluctuation of people joining the game now, you know, when the new character drops. Yeah, that's cool, but these guys don't actually play the game, so once this is done, they're hopping right back off because they don't even know how to play the game. They just see the new character, looks cool, and then once after, you know, it's fresh and it's no longer fresh and it's kind of starting, you know, watering down, and then especially, you know, you get the big chop, the big update. We all know the big update kind of nerfs the new character, and then they hop off and they're gone. But that leaves everyone who actually plays the game with no other content for X amount of time. So they're looking at it, they're not going to make money. That's what they're looking at. But I can assure you that you will make some money if that's what you're worried about. I mean, you're going to have players coming to play the game. We've been having Dominion matches, and I don't know, we haven't had a new map in I don't know how long. Like, you could literally do some simple shit. If you don't want to make new maps, you could literally just go give me an elimination match. You can have the forest map that's in the elimination match. You can have the forest map. You can swap that, and then you can put that into the Dominion match, where you can have the top of the hill area be like the center lane. You know what I'm saying? You could do that. You know what I'm saying? You could really, I mean, you could do it however you want. You know, if money's an issue, we can work around that. But we just want a new change of scenery. You're giving us new characters, but we're playing on the same map. My brain is kind of seeing all this shit the same. You know, it's getting to that point. So I think that we are in desperate need of a new map. I think together as a community as a whole, if we come together and we band together and we just completely forget about the reworks and we just push for maps. Like, we need, as far as content creators as well, we need to push for maps, man. Like, we really need to push for maps. We're dictating the game right now. And I hate to say it, I think a good chunk of the community, like I said before, is pushing for reworks, because the minute a rework comes out and he's pushed out, everyone's in the comments and the Reddit and the polls and everything. You're talking about who the next rework is and trying to guess, and forget about that. Just give us new maps. If you don't have to do a year, give us at least 2-3 maps. Even if it's reused, just give us some new scenery. That's what I want from them this year. I think that'll be a very good thing. So if you guys have anything else to say, let me know down below, man. Let's have a discussion about this. I'm willing to give up reworks for an entire year, balancing patches for an entire year, hero skins for an entire year. I would rather have none of that for an entire year if that means I get 6 maps. It's got to be 6. I think that's a good equal exchange there. Tell me what you guys think below, man. I'll wrap it up for you, man. I don't sugarcoat it for you. I'm gonna get that shit to you raw, man. Thank y'all for coming out.